I'm a fan of the star we are.
What's up, everybody? I'm Super Cowboys.
And I'm Princess Angie, and you are tuned in to The Star We Are.
Hi, this is Jane Slater, and you are listening to The Star We Are.
Plugged in and switched on. This is The Star We Are, live.
But it is no ordinary live. This is your average, ordinary Friday night Coach's Lounge. What is up? Thank you for the few people who are in here watching with us. We know it's a Friday night and you're busy. Coach, what is up?
Well, you drug me in here. It's 9:30 on a Thursday night, Friday night, 2 days before the Super Bowl that the Cowboys are not in a year they weren't even in the playoffs. So you tell me while we're in here.
See,
Still talking the
you went
Cowboys
immediately
in
there.
early February. Well, that's what it is.
You went immediately. You just immediately went to heartbreak. The Cowboys not in the playoffs. Ouch. We're not in the Super Bowl. Ouch. At least you didn't say the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl. Ouch. Like Jimmy did.
You did.
A week ago on the show. Shh, don't tell nobody. Oh, wait. We're live, right? Oops. Okay. What's up, gang? Who's in here with us? Drop a comment, drop a like, drop a share, turn your notifications, share the content if you would. It's Friday
this
night.
live
Folks
is
are just
driven
hanging
by
out.
chat. So this is a pop-up live driven by chat. So if y'all aren't talking, who knows how long.
And and Max, since you're right up in here with us, and we appreciate the topics, brother, that you came at us with on Twitter, on X. I'll tell you, Max said, well, I want to hear what you guys think about is Jerry saying, oh, this off season will be right in line. I see it being in line with our previous years, when it comes to free agency. So in line with previous years, I would only hope that it means more in line with 2 years ago when we actually did something and got a Cooks and Gilmore. If it's more in line with that year, I would survive. If it's in line with last year, no. So I'm not really sure what to think about that because
that was my immediate thought is that was my immediate thought is what is in line with mean. Because honestly, if you look at a whole history of Jerry Jones, it can be anything. People seem to have this idea that it's very attenuative and restricted and close to the vest and so forth. But we've spent big in years, spent on big time money, and we've done nothing. And we've done everything.
Yeah, I had a little bit of lag there toward the end of what you were saying, Coach, but I think I got most of that. And let us know, Mac, if you're in here, anybody else in here, if you guys are seeing any of that audio or video little lag that I just saw or heard. It may have just been on my end, but yeah, Landry's lag just a little bit. It should clear up. Yeah, so you never really know what to think when the Jerry says something, especially this early in the off season. I mean, I can tell you one thing, and we'll get right in, and we'll use it to segue. Regardless of what Jerry says, I'm happy with this staff that we've put together. And let's go ahead and bring up the latest member of this staff, Coach Riles, from TCU, from Kansas State, a TCU rival, actually, I think, yeah, from K State. One of a lot. Okay, we seem to be back. I'm not sure. Mic and audio check, video check. It's a Friday night. Crazy things happen. I'm not sure what's going on. We usually don't have this kind of issue, but I just seen us both black out. Yeah. We'll keep an eye on that. Sorry, guys, if that's a little frustrating in the chat, but no, when we got Cooper Beebe, that's when I, kind of caught on to Coach Riles' name because, of course, that was his O-line coach in K-State, and I'm a big fan of Beebe. And so I'm happy to get him, and I'm excited how we've built this staff and this roster with Clayton Adams, the new offensive line coach, Coach Riles, that's going to hold accountability. You heard, Papa Beebe. By the way, the Star We Are coined that term, Papa Beebe, Mama Beebe. You heard Papa on Nix's Space earlier today, actually, on your guy Nix's Space, talking about the accountability that Coach Riles is going to bring and how he does not play any games. So that's good to see, and that's good to hear. Mac over here says we need to restructure both Dak and CD and then immediately pay Micah prior to free agency. That's listen. We are in a year where guys are going to have to eat some money, right? Everybody needs to restructure. If Martin plans on sticking around, needs to restructure. If we end up having to get off of his deal or he wants to retire, hopefully that doesn't cost us too much on the floating money. Um, Coach, I'll go ahead and say we're right to another topic: free agency. Since we're talking about Zach Martin and some of these guys that are up, Stephen Mack was asking on Twitter. I believe he said, who do we think might get a tag? And so I want to ask you, who do you think might get the um, tag? While Stephen Mack agrees that he thinks Martin is gone, and who do you think might be a ace target for us in free agency? What's going on, Armando? How's it going, brother? Nice seeing you here on this Friday evening. Cheers.
I mean, I have to go with the realistic answer. Haven't couple years there. I'm trying to think of a player. Nothing pops to mind at the moment that they could use the tag on. Let me check on this light.
Look at it. Look, some Friday night chaos. Love it. We got lights going out. We got lag going on. We got some stuff. Yeah, Osa. Yeah, I just don't know with the tag being that high. If we would
That's a
do
good
that
name
right.
though,
If
for for a tag. Yeah, and you're right. That's too
no,
high.
for
That's what
sure.
it is. That's why I don't expect him
Yeah.
to
No, he's
use.
definitely the one that's in line for the contract or the tag money. So, Osa makes sense. That are off extending him. Right. No, that's what I mean. If you're going to burn a tag on him and pay him the 23 million, if it's going to cost you that much on this front year alone, then go ahead and give the guy a contract, and you can probably, with the later money and the upfront guarantees and stuff like that, you can probably spend 23 or less this year anyway and have him long term. So I'm with you on that one. Uh, coach, you seem to be kind of in and out there. Do you want to give it a quick reboot? I'll hold this down for a minute and give it a, because I hear you coming in and out, and your video's definitely in and out. I think Coach may need a solid reboot. So we're gonna see what's going on with that. But hey, Armando, Mac, appreciate you guys stopping with us again on Friday night. It is the Star We Are. If you are here on the space, check out the scroll on the bottom. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, turn on your notifications. Check us out. It's a Friday night stream. Feel free to drop a couple comments. We're doing great, Armando. Look, even though Landry opened up the show with some negativity, talking about, oh, we're not on, where Cowboys aren't in the playoffs and we got to watch the Super Bowl with the Eagles in it and yada yada yada. We're actually doing great. Life is good. We're live, we're breathing, we're having some fun. We got Cowboys Nation stopping by on a Friday night pop-up live. So what else could you ask for? Max says CD and some yeah. No, Cup is a free agent target I would really, really like. That's no doubt. Cup is a free agent target that I think pairs really good with Dak, especially if we get back if we don't have to ask Cup to be the volume target guy he was right in LA. If Cooper Cup doesn't have to be a volume target guy and he can get in the slot with CeeDee Lamb on the outside and we get back to running the ball like Shoddy and these new hires that we have are gonna do, then Cooper Cup with play action Dak is really dangerous. So I do like that. Sun City, what is up, guys? Hey, if Sun City, if you guys are on or around your cameras, we're more than welcome to take guests tonight. We're going to be on for a little bit, just kind of BSing around for a lack of better terms. So, yeah, appreciate you stopping by. Armando says, out of Cooper Cup and Garrett, who would you prefer? Ooh, well, that's tough, brother. That's that's tough. You know what? I know the idea of Cooper. I know the idea of Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons across from each other sounds elite. But the fact that we have a Micah Parsons already, I would rather our offense take that boost. I would rather our offense have that little bit of edge, because if you just look at last season, right, when you talk about Micah Parsons coming back from his injury, all of a sudden our whole team started leading the league in sacks. Not that he was necessarily getting 3 a game or anything, but just because of his presence, the team got better. Now, and again, you put Myles Garrett across from that, it becomes elite. But I think with the defense that Micah Parsons is going to lead, I would rather our offense take that little edge. So I'd have to go Cooper Kupp. Plus, it'd be a little bit of the cheaper option too. Probably be willing to take a little bit of a pay cut. Myles Garrett's going to want a lot of money, premier pass rusher. So Wilson is going to cost too much. We can draft a true wide receiver 2 and utilize that rookie contract. That's fair. That's fair. We're going to get back-to-back first ones. Right. A run for no, definitely. No, that's what we were alluding to a little bit earlier in the show is Shoddy's going to get us back to run first. We brought in Clayton Adams, who's the O-line coach from Arizona last year. You know they're a run first team over there. And then we bring in Coach Riley from K-State, who's been regarded as the best offensive line coach in college football. And he's going to work with a couple guys that he's familiar with, and Deuce Vaughn and Cooper Beebe. And, we hear through the grapevine that Cooper Beebe was actually a part of that questioning process and stuff like that. And so, had a big play in his name being brought up, and he was a big candidate and a good land for anybody. So really excited to get back to running the ball. That's going to be, you got to do it right. 2016 Cowboys, 2017 Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott, run first team, play action Dak. It was, if we could pair the kind of defense we've had the last couple years with that team, with that play action run first Dak team, drafting Ashton Genty, something like that, even though I'm not a proponent of it. And we can talk about that if you want to, guys, while we're in here. Tell me who you want in this draft. But, even though I'm not necessarily a proponent of going to get Genty, I would rather trade back. I would rather get some more value. Go get me my 4th round pick back, whether Mingo produces or not this year. I need my 4th round pick that we traded for him. And so, Armando, you are right. We're going to run the ball first, play action Dak. My draft is trading with somebody in the early 20s, and then you can get me maybe Travion Henderson in the 2nd round. I'd be fine with that. Yeah, I did see Emmett's comments. Now, he said something along the lines of, and I don't want to quote him, and we could probably find it, and I could actually get that pulled up here while we're live. Could probably screen share it, and I'll get to looking for that. But I believe what his comment exactly was, along the lines of, why are you drafting Genty if you don't necessarily have a game plan for him, right? Game plan for the players you have. But at the same time, I kind of looked at it as, well, if Shoddy's game plan is to get back to running the ball, and you have a chance to draft the obvious best running back in college football, who is a Heisman runner-up, then that kind of sounds like a game plan right there. No disrespect, but it kind of seems like, that works for me. So that's kind of what I thought about it. I'm looking for it here. I'm seeing if I can find that. Here we go. Let me get this pulled up for you guys. Give me just 1 second. I actually have it right here.
Reels and stuff.
Here we go.
Should the Cowboys draft Frisco homeboy Ashton Genty?
I don't think so.
Why?
I don't think the Cowboys are clearly understand what they really want. They want at the excitement and thrills and stuff, and they don't have a plan for them.
Right.
Right.
First of all, they don't even have a plan truly for Dak Prescott.
Right.
Let alone CeeDee Lamb. Where's the plan? And the plan that they have right now has not made sense over the last couple of years. So you all of a sudden you're gonna wake up and come up with a plan for a new kid.
Right.
Plan for what you already have, and allow things to fit that plan and be committed to that plan. And I think that's been the problem.
So yeah, so that's kind of where Emmett was at on that. Right, he doesn't see Ashton Genty as being a part of the plan, but like I said, if Shoddy and Clayton Adams and these guys want to get back to running this ball first, then it seems like the best running back in college football fits right into that plan. So I don't know. That's just kind of my take on it. Yeah, there you go. Shoddy laid out the plan in his presser. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. So again, just real quick, guys, as we're getting into this, I'm having some fun. We're about 16 minutes in. We're going to hang out a little longer. Stephen Mack says the plan. Yeah. But remember to hit that like button, hit that share button, subscribe, share the content out. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging with Jimmy. Coach Landry was having a little bit of technical issues Friday night. It's going a little crazy on us, but I think he's trying to get that fixed up. The plan is to win. Oh, yeah. Sometimes the plan just doesn't go like that. But look, being a 7-win team, I feel like last year with Dak being out all season, we couldn't run the ball to save our lives for the first half of the season. Mike Zimmer didn't, with a beat up defense, didn't get his game plan implemented until about week 9, honestly. So last year just really felt like from the get go there was no shot. As soon as we got beat up by the Saints, and then week 3 and 4 started taking injuries, and then by weeks like 6 or 7, Dak's hurt and everything. It just, it felt over. It felt over kind of early, And then of course, it was good to see things, kind of third quarter of the season where no, they did. They with the injury bug bit a team about as hard as it can bite a team this year with the Dallas Cowboys. And I think, and I can't remember who it was, the Lions also, one of the reasons they're probably not in the Super Bowl this year, injury bug got them bad, right? Like the same thing. They were missing like 16 players on defense by the time they got to the playoffs. It was insane. So, that kind of stuff will kill a team's momentum, especially when it's your quarterback, your runner-up MVP quarterback goes down. So, yeah, Sam Williams, excited to see what he actually brings. He's going to be good with the rotation of, and that's what I'm saying about the Myles Garrett, right? Like, I don't think for the money Myles Garrett wants and for the value we could get with that kind of money in free agency, I think with Marshawn Nealon, Sam Williams coming back, Micah Parsons obviously leading that pack. I'm kind of comfortable there. So, yeah. But no, injuries killed us. We were shot. You think Tank's gone? See, I don't want to hear that. I know you can see that's my guy, but that's a tough one. The free agent list. Look, let's look at that real quick. While we're gonna look at some things, I'm gonna get the free agent list pulled up real quick because this is a scary, scary list for Cowboys Nation. If you think you are a players guy and you like players on this team, and you're like, oh man, I hope we re-sign everybody. Well, then this list is gonna scare the crap out of you because it's got some names on it. Let's see if I can get it pulled up here. So we've got, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but I'll just read it off. We've got Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence, Brandon Cooks, Trey Lance, Brian Unger, Eric Kendricks, Mr. J. Lou, Jordan Lewis. I'd really like to keep him around. Cooper Rush. Backups are quality. I don't know what we're going to do there. Trey Lance and Cooper Rush are both free agents. A lot of Cowboys Nation. And tell me what y'all think. Who you're obviously not going to bring both those guys back. Who you bringing back quarterback wise, backup wise? We got Linval Joseph, C.J. Goodwin, Trent C, Tuma Adoga. Right, we're losing guys along the offensive line. Oso Digizua, huge. Right, we got to get that one figured out. We were just talking about that. Rico, the only running back we had last year who actually started running the ball really well late in the season. He's a free agent. What do we do there, right? Which really leads people to believe if Genty's there at 12, you just draft him. You can let Rico go. Chauncey Golston, huge piece on the edge for us. Another rotational guy with Nealon and Sam, who we were just talking about. You got Nick Vigil here. Carl Lawson, Carlos Watkins, Darius Harris, Will Greer, Amani Oruwari. I don't know if I just slaughtered that name, but I know he slaughtered the Bengals game for us. That was the young man who picked up the blocked punt or attempted to pick up the blocked punt, Mr. Amani Oruwari, I believe is how you pronounce that. I'm not sure. Brock Hoffman's a free agent, right? A lot of guys want to keep him around. He's a nasty, tenacity player up front along the line. A big reason why we started running the ball pretty well. And then you got Mook. Right, Israel Mukuwamu on this list. Marquise Bell, that's 2 rotational safeties, both on this list. So that leaves us pretty thin at safety. Kavontae Turpin, obviously, right along with Brandon Cooks. That's 2 wide receivers. You would like to bring Turpin back. That's a Pro Bowl kick returner and punt returner. And then you got Tyrese Wheat also on the edge. And safety Wanye Thomas, who leaves our safety room super thin. And Wanye Thomas is just a hard-nosed football player, a guy who we collabed with a couple years ago when we first got going. And a young man who I'd really, really like to stay on this team. So, that's a lot of names. Oh, what's up, Jeff? Nice to see you in here. We got let's see, Rush will get a deal somewhere else for decline length. So, yeah. Right, decline length, 5th-year option. You're right, we did do that. Rush will get a deal somewhere else. That's what I'm saying. So what are we even doing at backup quarterback, right? Do we all of a sudden see a QB drafted in round 5, 6 by these Dallas Cowboys, 3, even 4 if we get one of those picks back. Hoffman or Dog need to keep him, right? Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. I'd like to keep Hoffman, Wanye. Love to keep Jay Lou. I mean, I'd like to keep Rico, even if you draft a Genty. I'm a firm believer in a 1-2 punch. So, but Rico's probably going to earn him somewhere around just under Tony Pollard money, just the way he ran for the second half of the season last year. So I don't even know if we keep him and pay him. It's going to be interesting. I'm not sure if we're getting Landry back up in here. It looks the technical difficulties have stifled us for sure. So, but that's okay. Jimmy will hang out for a little bit longer and talk with you guys. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Jeff, Mac, Armando. Let's see who else jumped up in here. I think that was it. Yeah. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Curtis Rourke out of Indiana, really? Curtis Rourke let's pull up his draft profile. Curtis Rourke out of Indiana. Let's see. What do we got here? Positives. Throwback pocket passer. Here he is, young man from Indiana. Curtis Rourke, 6'5", 223. Throwback pocket passer with traditional height to see over NFL offensive linemen. Obviously, that's a good thing. These are the positives. Throws with NFL caliber anticipation. Look from clean pockets. That's good. He's ready to throw before wide receiver breaks. Anticipatory throws. That's what makes Joe Burrow one of the best in the league, right? Is throwing with anticipation. Football IQ is really good. Reads coverage as well. Timing and rhythm passer, right? That all comes along with the anticipation and the reading and the getting it out early, and everything works in motion. Wide receivers run into the ball rather than get the ball thrown to them. Things like that. And then the negatives are an older prospect with limited ceiling, right? So you expect them to come in and kind of be NFL team ready and maybe get to a starting role pretty quick. When you hear something like older prospect, limited ceiling, doesn't create for himself much when protection breaks down, right? So he's obviously good from a clean pocket, not so much from outside. Making throws on the move is a negative. Struggles to maintain passing efficiency when defense moves him off the spot. Yeah, so you'd have to work with that and clean it up. And unfortunately, a couple of those things I hear, Jay Lou definitely needs to come back. No, Jay Lou and Wanye are big on my list of guys to bring back for sure. Won't be disappointed. No, it sounds like there's a lot there, Steven. You're right. But it's funny though, because with the pocket passers, right? In today's NFL, and it just dawned on me literally a few months ago. I was talking with a few guys, and it's becoming a league to where teams are using quarterbacks to move the pocket, right? Like as soon as the snap happens, sometimes you'll see a quarterback shift left and right because they're trying to move the pocket and create that timing and create those open lanes and spaces. And so the traditional pocket passer is becoming not necessarily, it's still effective, but I believe it has to be with a certain system, certain team. Now, with a shoddy system that wants to run the ball, play from play action, which obviously means you're throwing out of the pocket, right? You drop back, you fake the handoff, you turn, you step up into your pocket that's been created by the play action. That works. So, I wouldn't hate it. What do you think? What round? If we wouldn't be disappointed in Curtis Rourke, what round do you see him going in, Matt? Is he a third guy, second? Does he make it all the way to the fifth for us? It'd be interesting to see. You guys tell me what you think about this young man. This is actually a guy Landry knows pretty well. Let's see. Let me get his draft profile up here. So this is actually a young man that Landry knows. He'll go in the fifth. Okay. All right, I got you. Well, see, and I'm not mad at that, right? When you're working with a Dak who's on his second contract, who just took an injury, I'm not mad at a quarterback go into this team somewhere between the 3rd and 6th round because it's a premier position. You better have a plan, and especially with Rush and Lance leaving the building, we currently don't have one. So, I can see us. That's why I brought it up. I can definitely see us going after one. 5th round would be decent for a guy like Curtis Rourke. It sounds like. But this young man, I'm very interested in if he falls to 12 and maybe some of the other names, the Genty, the Tet, Mac that we see that we really are in love with and hoping to be there. What do you guys think about this edge pairing him? Because he would not cost what Myles Garrett cost on a rookie contract. But yet, I believe pairing him across from Micah Parsons would be pretty nasty. You got Nick Scorton, right? So Scorton. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. Landry could tell you. 6'4", 280. Positives are obviously size, really thick, athleticism, quickness, size. Right, he's got all the explosive stuff you want out of an edge rusher. Physicality at the point of attack, quick pop with his hands, which is good. Great extension off his hands. That's one of the things that stuck out to me when Landry was kind of turning me on to him. We both grew up in the College Station area, and so we watch a lot of Aggie football. He does have a great extension with his hands. Nice rip move. Recognition against the run, right? He reminds me a little bit of a D-Law when I saw some of the tape of the way he can read the run and pop off the blocks to fill those gaps, right? He was really solid against the run in the SEC, which is big. And he's got a pretty nasty spin move, which is good because that, usually takes offensive linemen off their kilter. When bull rushing, he has the size, strength, and power to collapse the pocket. It shows active hands, and a very high motor. So the negatives are acceleration off the line of scrimmage, right? It's subpar. The off the ball, pop, the quick pop off the ball. Sometimes the way Micah wins, right? The ball just got snapped, and Micah's already 2 steps into his rush. That's one of the negatives of Nick is a little slower right off the jump. Join the list. No thanks. Doesn't play with good leverage at a 2-point stance. That's a part of getting off the ball. And struggles to sink his hips. Again, I believe that's a part of getting off the ball. So that's kind of his big kickback. And look, as I come back, as I'm reading that and I come back, Steven says, slow getting off the ball, but can be worked on. Yeah, and it can, right? You can do that things with training. You can fix those sort of things with leverage from the 2-point stance. Right. Yeah, exactly. No, a lot of that's basically his downfall is getting off the ball. And if you can really clean that up and get him a little quicker off the edge, I really believe he's a valuable asset and a name that we should all keep an eye on. If he happens to fall to 12 and say Chicago snatches up Genty or something like that from us, and maybe the wide receivers we really like are gone. There's been some talk about offensive linemen, right? Being taken in the 1st round. If we draft an offensive lineman, what position do you guys see it at? And what and who? And do you think it's worth it? For me, when you just come off off a few years of Tyler Smith, Cooper Beebe, Tyler Guyton, I think you've got to work with what you got. I think with Bass, Hoffman, Guyton, all the names that we just mentioned, right? Even with Martin leaving the building, might need to find Martin's replacement. No, I understand that, and that's and that's been some of the talk there. I'm sure there's consideration of trying to throw Beebe out to right guard, but he was really good at center. It's just that's heard Bears looking at Najee Harris to pair with Swift. Really? Yeah, right. Okay, so see that put Genty falling because that was one of the teams. If I thought Genty went before us, that would probably be where he landed. So Najee Harris, huh? I wouldn't go after him in free agency, even if he was cheaper. Najee's not bad, just not a guy. I don't think he's a ton better than Rico Dowdle. Maybe I'm wrong, but Bears are looking for that guy. Yeah, Martin's replacement. That's a tricky one. Like you would hope to. Obviously, Martin's replacement. Let me go ahead and get my let me get my words right before I even speak that, because I was going to say you would hope that he's already on the team. No one can be Zach Martin's replacement. Let me just get that clear for all of Cowboys Nation. I don't want Jimmy getting bashed or admonished or scorned for saying negative things, because no one is the Gobbs replacement. Zach Martin was the best offensive lineman in all of football to me personally, and arguably to a lot of other people for years. We're definitely going to miss him. A lot of us believe it's his last year. Probably is. unless he really likes what we're going to try to do, right? If you can convince him, if Shoddy and these coaches can say, look, we're going to change this thing around. We're going to play smarter. We're going to play complementary football. We really need your big guy. Maybe they, a couple other guys take a pay cut. You throw them a little extra. You might incentivize Martin to come back. But at the same time, we saw Father Time kind of, for lack of better words, bend Zach Martin over this year. It caught up with him. His play this year definitely suffered. It was shocking to see, because he went from the untouchable he went from flawless to kind of mid. His play did really fast, and that's scary to see. That just means the guy's motivation, physicality, all the things, just they're not quite there. Maybe you can reinvigorate it for a year. We'll see. Knees aren't holding up. Right. That's what I mean. Right. Last year was a little bit of a decline, but it wasn't the giving up the sacks, the penalties, the few that he got this year, the getting blown up in the run assignments and things like that. This year we saw that, and far too often for a right guard. And so it was tough to see, because Zach Martin is definitely the man, not taking anything away from his obvious first ballot Hall of Fame career. So shout out to Zach. But yeah, his replacement's got to be definitely on the mind of the Joneses, and definitely the Schottenheimers of the world. If they want to get back to running the ball, it absolutely has to be. Would you move BB back to guard? See, that's who goes to center. Does Hoffman go to center? Who, if I'm not mistaken, Bass went to right guard and Hoffman played center the 2 games BB was out with the concussion, correct? And you guys correct me if I'm wrong on that. Right, Hoffman at center. And I believe Hoffman was, excuse me, guys. I believe Hoffman did play center right the 2 games BB was out, correct? Appreciate you, Matt. I don't know. That's tough for me, because I would rather. That's tough, because here's the thing: if you put them both at the challenge at center and right guard, I believe BB wins both challenges. But center is the position that I need my guy winning the job of, right? But the guy snapping the ball to Dak, calling out some of the things, being the leader, being the centerpiece of the most important unit in all of football, to me, being the offensive line. That guy has to win the job. That guy has to be the one that says he's clearly better. He's the center, right? I would rather have that than the right guard. So because I think BB's the better player and the better future player, even, I've got to put him as my center. He's got to be my center. And then I'll take Hoffman's nastiness at right guard with the blocking and stuff like that. He doesn't have to hold up in the pass game as much. So, yeah, I would have to. Hoffman's going to play guard for me this year, right guard, if I had it my way. Right now, my starting line would be, I've got to put Guyton at left tackle, and then Smith, BB, Hoffman, and Terrence Steele. With Coach Riley there, I'm confident he'll put BB in the best spot. That's true. And you know what? And that's Riley is going to get. He will. Whatever the maximum, right? When you talk about maximizing players' potential and maximizing a unit's potential, you said it right there. Not only does he know BB best, and so he'll come in and kind of see the competition between him and Hoffman and maybe Bass and these other guys along the interior of our offensive line. He will definitely maximize this offensive line's potential. He will find the best pieces in the best places and get the most out of it. I do have confidence in that. Definitely love the coaching. So yeah, no, it is right. It is. We were all doom and gloom. A lot of us, like, we all wanted a name. We all wanted somebody. I was hoping Tomlin would get fired from Pittsburgh before he did, so maybe we could go after him. Obviously, we were looking at some of these other head coaches. We didn't like the Kellen Moore interview, obviously, and then we all, maybe not all, but a lot of people. I didn't hate. Hate's a strong word. I don't really hate much, but a lot of people hated the Schottenheimer move, and so. But since then, he's done nothing but put name after name after name on this staff that everybody's like A+, B+, A, B plus, A plus. And so whether you think Schottenheimer might be a B or B minus guy, sorry, I got my notifications on over here, or even a C plus guy, he's hired a lot of A and B staff. And so you can't be mad at that. So I'm with you on that, Jeff. I do love the staff. Clayton Adams paired with Riley. That's Scotty wants to run the ball, and he went and got two guys that are going to make it very, very possible. Like I said, Clayton Adams is going to come up with schemes and designs with Shotty that are going to work, and Riley is going to maximize this offensive line's potential. So when you pair those things together, you got a scheme that works, and you're getting the most out of your own line. If these guys play as a unit this year and play as a cohesive group, we will be a run team. Which is why Landry, the coach Landry, he keeps preaching Genty to me, and the more and more he keeps preaching Genty to me, and the more I look at Shotty and these guys is playing to run the ball, a little more sold. Have to disagree with the legend Emmett. Have to disagree with that. And speaking of the legend Emmett, DJ Campbell takes to be a great right guard. Ooh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Where we're going to be drafting, though, I think he's an in-betweener, right? He's going to fall somewhere between where we're drafting. He just, like you, I feel like we would almost have to positionally, you would have to move slightly. You'd have to jump somewhere a little bit, come down, come up, one or the other. You'd have to do something to try to land him. But yeah, he is a good prospect. But speaking of the legend Emmett and the legend 88, be on the lookout for our raffle. And I'll do a little quick Star We Are plug, little update. Be on the lookout for our next raffle that's going to be starting somewhere around draft time, I'm assuming. And it will be another double jersey raffle, an 88 Michelin S 75th anniversary throwback Irvin jersey, that we're pretty confident will be signed by the man himself. We'll have video and picture evidence of that, obviously. And then an Emmitt Smith jersey to go along with it, and a couple plaques, either a couple plaques or a couple mini helmets, both signed by the gentleman. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a nice raffle. You know how we do it. We're about charity. So the majority of the proceeds will go to a charity. We'll be picking one and looking into it. We work with a couple throughout the year. And so that was going to be Irvin. Mac, were you not in the building that night when at Playmakers? I thought that was, maybe I've got the wrong. Maybe I've got the wrong Steven. I thought we were at Playmakers the night that Landry and I met Irvin. Anyway, yeah, no. So we're gonna try to link up with him, get that done. But like I said, it'll be a couple of plaques or balls or helmets. Yeah, it was your B day. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, okay. So a little sarcasm. He signed your head. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Were you just you just had a little too much to sip on, and you don't remember meeting him, or that was a little sarcasm there? I see what you did there. No, but fun times. But yeah, be on the lookout for that, guys. Like I said, we'll be raising some money for charity, and somebody's going to win a cool prize. Frankie, all the way from Germany, his name got drawn on the last raffle. 2 jerseys, a signed ball, and some cash. And so, good stuff. And then obviously the Boys and Girls Club of the Metropolitan Dallas area was able to receive some money to their youth athletics program. So that was all good fun. Yeah, I thought it was a little sarcasm. I thought that's what you were doing there. I see what you're doing there. All right, guys. Well, look, Jimmy's been on with you about 40 minutes. It's been fun. It's getting late. I'm sure Mrs. Jimmy is probably like, where's my husband? Because I kind of, snuck off to the lab to go live with you guys. I didn't say nothing. I tucked the kids into bed and didn't see the wife. So I was like, okay, here's my chance. And I shot back here and had to get on and talk some football. Too bad Landry had a bad connection. The internet. It's Friday night. All the neighborhood kids probably, messed him up, screwed up his signal, drained all the signal. I'm not sure. Let's see. Running back to the next. Oh, no doubt. Yes. Yeah. No, I remember. I remember that. Listen, dude, that's so much fun, right? Mama BB, she's a blast. Yeah, I do. There's a video of that. Oh man, I wish there was somewhere we could put it. Is it on your page? Is it posted? I'd love to bring that up just to in the live on a video of Mama BB snapping the ball to you. Is it on somebody's X or Twitter or somewhere I can find it? Let me know and I'll try to bring it up real quick. Awesome. Let me see. I'm gonna get it pulled up. Tell me where it's at. And I'll send it to you. Yeah, DM it on Twitter might be the best way to get it. All right, we're gonna try to stick around for just a couple more minutes to see this, guys. So one more time, make sure you fan responsibly. How do you fan responsibly, Jimmy? Well, you press the like button, you press the notification button, you share the content, you support the Star We Are. If you like what we do and you want to be a part of it, we've got spots open for different things. You can email the Star We Are uh, 1@gmail.com. Again, that's the Star We Are 1@gmail.com. And also be on the lookout. We will be emailing everybody who's involved the entry price and everything that's going on with the content creator fantasy football league, right? So what we're going to do is everybody's going to pitch in, where everybody's going to put in their entry fee. Money's going to go to charity. First, second, third place going to win a prize. It's going to be fun. It's going to be some fantasy football. Y'all be on the lookout for that as well. It looks like we might have a message here. Let's see. What do we got? What is this? All right. Steven, you send it to just Star We Are, or you send it to Jimmy's account? I'm not seeing it here. I'm on the Star We Are's account right now. Let me see. Send it to Jimmy's account. Okay. I think I can get there from here. Yeah, I got it. All right, here we go. Let's get this pulled up. Okay, let me pause this. All right, this is great. I love it. Here we go. Stephen Mack, ladies and gentlemen, hiking the ball to Cooper Beebe's bomb. Do you remember? Do you remember Cooper Beebe on ESPN? They were showing Beebe and his mom outside with Cooper snapping balls to her to take practice at center. This is awesome. This is what you love to see. This is what Cowboys Nation is all about. You got Mama Beebe and Papa Beebe stopping by the tailgate. And you got your man Stephen Mack. Birthday weekend, I believe that was. Is that the same weekend as Urban? I can't remember. If it comes to watch. Here we go. Look, there's Landry in the back. Oh, it's a little bit of a high up to the chest. Good job. It was a solid snap. It was a solid snap. Let's get it. Guys, rate the snap. All right, chat. Let's let's see it one more time. Rate the snap. I like that. Here we go. And the catch. Like, she caught it with the no look. Sweet. That's fun stuff. That's what it's all about. Yeah. No, we'll definitely keep everybody posted on the fantasy football. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get the content creators in there. I believe we're going to get a player also on board who's going to be playing along with us, a current Cowboys player, possibly a former player. And then I think, I'm gonna reach out to a couple other people about getting on board. So it's going to be fun, and definitely some of the content creator names that we all know and love out there. So be on the lookout for that. Again, guys, it's been fun. Friday night pop-up live. It's your man Jimmy J's hair. I've got a daughter's birthday tomorrow that I've got to get to, so I can't stay on too long with you. But salute to you guys who joined. Mac, yeah, you'll definitely be included. We've got your name on the list, Jeff, a bunch of other guys, and so we're gonna do it. And we may even do, because we want everybody to get involved as if they can, and so we may even pair names, right, where it'll be two people, and we can take turn drafting, yada yada. We'll get it all figured out, but it's gonna be fun. We're putting it together as we speak. It's going to be a blast, and we're going to keep everybody informed. So just reach out to us about it. Like I said, we'll get back to you either on DM on X if we have you there. If we don't, you guys reach us by email, thestarweare1@gmail.com, and we will get back to you there. We'll keep everybody updated on the Cowboys Content Creator Fantasy Football League. That's going to be about blast for charity, because it's what we do. We're hashtag team give back. That's what we like to do, to give back to fans. That's how we fan responsibly. And so one last time, I just want to remind you guys to always, always, always fan responsibly. Peace.
How about this, Cowboys?
I'm a fan of the star we are.
What's up, everybody? I'm Super Cowboy.
And I'm Princess Angie, and you are tuned in to The Star We Are.
Hi, this is Jane Slater, and you are listening to The Star We Are.
Plugged in and switched on. This is the Star We Are live.